3 reasons why you should study ethics. Number 1. Ethics helps you identify different kinds of moral values and distinguish them from other kinds of values. Values are an essential part of life. They are responsible for how we see and why we choose or do something. They help explain why we are different from each other. Why a student who values his studies, for example, stays up late during exams, or why a person who values his health sleeps early. There are many kinds of values, and not all values are equal. Some values, like moral values, are more fundamental, while others are mere preferences, like our preferred food, car model, or fashion. Ethics helps you define what moral values are. It provides you with the criteria for identifying and distinguishing them from other values. It helps you understand why moral values, such as honesty and responsibility, are more important than non-moral ones, and how they are related to our rights and responsibilities as human beings. On a practical level, it helps you see the real value of things and what being morally good truly means in today's value-driven world. Number 2. Ethics helps you see what moral values are at stake in a variety of situations. Everyone has had the experience of looking at something a second time and noticing many things that one previously missed. One reason for this difference in perception is that one has learned more about what to look for in such things. The same happens when you study ethics. Ethics allows you to see situations, particularly dilemmas, from an axiological perspective, meaning, from the perspective of value. It teaches you what values, especially moral values, to look for in such situations. This helps you judge a situation's moral significance more objectively, weigh its available choices carefully, and react properly. Ethics also helps you understand why people think, choose, and act differently from each other, even given the same situation. And number 3. Ethics helps you decide what to do when faced with difficult moral choices. You heard it said, failing to plan is planning to fail. Ethics helps you think ahead and prepare for morally difficult situations. Its case studies allow you to exercise your moral imagination, to envision and even feel the complexity and intensity of moral dilemmas in order to solve them. Moreover, ethics equips you with principles and processes that guide your moral reasoning and help you arrive at sound moral decisions. Although it's impossible to fully prepare for future events, studying ethics and thinking about difficult situations in advance are definitely more helpful to decision-making than not doing them. After all, you may not have the time or clarity of mind to think through such situations once they show up. To recap, here are the 3 benefits of studying ethics. Number 1. It helps you identify different kinds of moral values and distinguish them from other kinds of values. Number 2. It helps you see what moral values are at stake in a variety of situations. And number 3. It helps you decide what to do when faced with difficult moral choices. These 3 benefits are related to each other. Each one leads to the next. Knowing what moral values are allows you to identify them in various situations, which, in turn, helps you decide more correctly when faced with difficult moral choices. Ethics is one of the most interesting branches of philosophy to study. It is a dynamic discipline, constantly challenged by debates, technology, and new human experiences. Studying ethics is important. Not only does it teach you about moral theories and principles, but more importantly, it helps you make better decisions and, ultimately, reduce life's stresses and regrets.